Welcome back, everybody, back to it. So we're going to be looking at Fern specifically. Specifically for this video, we are looking at Fern. I may do this on every individual character moving forward. I'm not too sure yet, but I do want to dive deeper into the characters. Right, let's talk about Fern. Fern has a very, and I mean a very unique passive where she will be basically getting 75% speed increase and 100% evasion when the match does start. Again, very, very similar to Flan in terms of the evasion, but the speed is very, very noteworthy. Now, she could potentially be one of the fastest characters in the game with this passive. She should be able to potentially, outspeed Zeos and all that. Maybe be an Oper and all that, right? Just looking at this alone, because again, increases speed by 15% and evasion for each focus. She starts the battle with 5 focus. So even if we do, let's say we have her at 230 speed, technically, with this speed increase, right, from her passive alone, she will technically be 402. Now, let's say she was 150 speed. Technically, she will be 262, which is kind of crazy to think about. Now, again, we don't know confirmation until she does release next week in terms of how it really does work. Now, if we go back all the way over here and look at the demo, right, the demo is a very, very, it's not the greatest showing, but it does give us enough glimpse, right? So we do see Festival Eater going first. No surprise, right? But then we do see Urban Shower Shoe moving next. But guess what? After Urban Shower Shoe, it is going to be Fern. You do see Fern get pushed up, right? Let's rewind that again so you can see it. Fern will get pushed up. And boom. Actually, Fern is behind Singelica. So again, we can't really use this really good for a baseline in terms of speed, because again, it is a preview it's the demo gameplay and all that, but from the looks of it, she should technically be one of the fastest characters inside Epic 7 if it does work like that, right? Because again, we do see her right up there next to Urban Shadow Shoe and Festival Eater, so it's no surprise Festival Eater's going first, right? Let's be honest, it's no surprise in this demo, right? But again, they could have done a better demo than this. They could have, but they didn't do it, right? So again, if it actually plays out where she can start the match with that additional speed, then it's going to be insane, all right? That means she should be able to outspeed Zeos, which would be kind of crazy. But would she really work as an opener? Would she really benefit if she was actually an opener? Right, so even if we let this match go through, right, and we do see her go, yeah, she could do whatever, all right, we do whatever. We do see Singelica here give the entire team a speed buff. Now, even if we keep an eye on her, how fast does she zoom? Let's see. Let me speed up crowd, speed this up. She is zooming quite a bit, but then again, she did get counted here, so it is moving her up a bit. So let me see this right here. So Bossrinker is going to go. How fast or how much does Fern actually jump up? Idol's Chair. She did cut Ras. Ooh, we did see how fast. She did kind of zoom there. You saw that, right? Let's look at it again. Right? Even though she got pushed by Idol's Chair, it doesn't matter because we're literally looking at how fast she zooms up from there into in front of everybody. Boom. Kind of fast, because again, take this with a grain of salt in terms of the demos. We don't know the gear. We don't know how they really gear these characters. So I do have high hopes that technically she is going to be one of the fastest characters inside Epic 7. But now let's go look at her S3. Would this really pair well as her as an opener? That's going to be her S1. Again, I like her S1. I'll be realistic here. It's a really good S1. I like when they have soul burns like this where you can attack all enemies. It's very, very similar to Sage Vivian, and I like that. And it is proportionate to her caster speed, which, let's be honest, she can build really, really fast speed. And again, this character, ideally, you do want Riposto, right? You see evasion, Riposto sounds very, very good, but speed set does not sound that bad whatsoever, right? So, even if she starts off like this, right? You take the first turn. Her S3 is going to be on cooldown, regardless. But let's say you go ahead and S1, right? Let's say you soul burn. You could do some wonky stuff with this. You can soul burn S1 with this, into like a Rowana shenanigans, right? Reckon Rowana, take the next turn and all that. So maybe she can work, as an opener. But again, I do think her best in slot is going to be Riposta, right? Again, evasion on this character is insane. And again, if she does counter, it does ramp up her S3, right? Because again, when she attacks with the S1, when the focus is 3 or higher, it decreases skill cooldowns. Very, very good. That is why you do want Riposta on her. Because You know, she has 100% evasion. She counters. She's gonna lower her cooldown on her S3, and I like that. So again, you could do some shenanigans with her as an opener for sure, especially with the souls. But I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be that insane with her and Record One. We just need to see and wait and find out at this point. But again, overall, I do think she's going to be technically one of the fastest characters in the game. I do like this character a lot more now than I did when I first reacted to it. When I first reacted to it, I still think she gets shut down very, very hard with the Solitaria existing and SPP existing. But I think there are ways to work around it, and I don't mind that whatsoever, right? Because SPP kind of shuts you down quite a bit, but at least you can soul burn here, and you can still attack all the enemies. Yes, it's going to take some time for you to get your S3 ramped up and all that. Completely understandable, obviously, because her S3 is literally going to be the big bulk of her damage. Penetrates the enemy's defense by 70%. So, like, it is going to be annoying, but with how fast she can zoom around the map and all that, it is going to be quite insane. Right? Her artifact's going to be pretty good. Now, in terms of the artifact, let's be honest here. I really feel like, yes, I think this artifact is going to be insane for her. Like, obviously, very, very good. But, like, the Fern artifact, you might as well run that. It's literally a better toggle, alright? I think this is going to be good, but I do not think this is going to be her best in slot, potentially. Personally, I just feel like you really want souls. Souls are just so broken in this game. Lion and Arya stonks are going up as we speak, especially since the new artifacts that are coming into the game. Again, I think this artifact is strictly more for Sage Vivian, and I can definitely see Fern using it, but overall, I think it's still going to be... I still feel like that new 5-star book, absolutely insane for this character. Because again, if you are using her as an opener, right, you could do some crazy stuff with her. For sure. You can definitely do some crazy stuff with this character. So, ideally, you do want books for her, right? Because you want the souls and all that. Maybe Ludwig can return, but honestly, I don't see Ludwig returning even if we have this character taking turn 1 and all that. I do think it's nice she can take turn 1, but I don't see it right now, personally, in terms of how the comps would work. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe some people will cook up some insane stuff when she does come out. Again, she is releasing in October. So we are going to get FRIEREN first, if you don't know. Fern will be coming later on. She will be the second limited banner to come into the game, so just keep that in mind, right? That's very, very important. You have until October 2nd to basically prep for this character. FRIEREN does come first, so she will be coming next week. So they are going to be doing this, technically. Release one now, and then a week later, release another one. So prepare your bookmarks. But other than that, it was a short little discussion on Fern. I think she's going to be insane. I think she's definitely going to be one of the fastest characters if it does play out like that. But, hey, we have to wait and see how it really does actually go. But other than that, though, thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you have a good day, and I'll see you guys later on. Peace out.